Have you ever bought a blush that looked beautiful in a pan and you put it on your cheeks and then you realize like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't gonna work. And then you grab your car keys and your receipt and you go back to Sephora? Well, this video is just for you. What's up, everybody? It's me, Reese B, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hey boo, I'm so glad that you were able to find me. This is a place where beauty makes sense. No hype, no fluff, no filter. Just real talk about the products, the shade, and occasionally throw in some shade, and the techniques that are actually worth your time and your money. Let's get into it, you guys. Today we're going to talk about why certain blushes work for your undertone and why others don't. And I'm also going to demonstrate some for you today in this video. So let's get started, you guys. So real quick, undertone is a subtle hue underneath your skin that doesn't change, even if you get darker in the summer or lighter in the winter. There are actually 4 categories, but 3 main categories, and that is warm, cool, and neutral. And of course, the 4th one that is now getting talked about more and more, and I'm so happy that it is, olive undertones. Now, warm undertones is more of a yellow golden base. Cool undertone is a red bluish base, and neutral is a mixture of both. And as for olive is more of a mixture of warm and neutral, but it has a green or a yellow greenish base, which comes with our own set of rules, but we're gonna get into it, I promise. So I have warm undertones, and that affects everything that I put on my skin, not just my foundation. So when it comes to blush is extremely important when making sure that you have the right undertone, because it sits right on top of the most visible part of your face, which is your cheeks. So when the undertone of your blush is clashing with your undertone of your skin, your blush can kind of come off as not right. Like sometimes you just can't put your finger on it, and sometimes you can automatically tell that it's like muddy or it's like ashy looking, and sometimes you just can see it and it just feels off, even though it looks super beautiful in the pan. So let me break down by undertone real quick. For warm undertones, the yellow golden base, our sweet spot, because I'm part of this crew, okay? Peachy corals, terracottas, warm rose, or gold or copper shimmers. Those shades share the same warmth and they blend beautifully on our skin. What can be tricky is anything that is blue or violet based. Cool pinks, blue mauves, or even fuchsia. For olive undertone, and this is a very underserving undertone, but I'm so happy that a lot of people are starting to embrace it. I'm here to help you out, so pay attention, okay? Olive tone has a green or a yellow greenish base, and that changes everything. The green base means that blushes will disappear on your skin, or which even worse, can make you look kind of dull. And that's not the whole purpose of blush. It's supposed to like make you feel like you're alive, you know, bringing some color back into your cheeks, right? So your best friends are warm corals, terracotta, brick shade, because the orange warmth would counteract with the greenish base. Peachy with gold shimmer also works very well. What you want to stay away from, and we on the same team when it comes to this, we want to stay away from cool pinks, mauves, and sheer peachy blushes. They often don't have enough pigment to cut out that green base. For cool undertones, your pink and blue base means you can lean into those cool undertones. Those berries, those pinks, those roses, that olive and warm skin tones have to stay away from. What you guys would probably want to stay away from is our beloved terracottas that are kind of too terracotta or too orangey for you guys, because it will clash with your natural base. And for neutral undertones, I don't even know why you guys are even here. You guys got the best of both worlds. Literally, you guys can pull from the warm or the cool family. Most things work for you guys. Just stay away from the too extremely cool and the too extremely warm, and you guys will be totally fine. Trust me. So now I want to show you what this actually looks like on the skin and on my face, because seeing it is way more beneficial than just me talking about it. I'm going to walk through 4 blushes from my collection and break down why each one works for me, because over here we're intentional, so every blush that's in my collection actually works, and some might even surprise you, but there's a reason why. Let's jump on to the demonstration, you guys. So first up is the Huda Beauty Blush Filter Blush Lighter Palette in Toasty Peach. This one product has 3 golden undertone friendly blushes. It has coral, it has peachy, and it also has a golden terracotta. Now I forgot which one's which, but I'm gonna go ahead and just swirl the 3 main. Gonna skip out on the shimmer on the highlight one, which is right here. We're gonna skip out on that. We're gonna test it out on this cheek right here. I need a mirror. And another thing about this palette, the Huda Beauty's formula is very buildable. So it's not gonna be like automatically like cray cray when you first put it on your cheeks, okay? You see how it just melts right into the skin? It's not fighting my undertone at all. It's literally enhancing what's already there. It's not fighting with my complexion. It's working with it. And that's what you want. You want a blush that looks like it belongs on your face. If you have an olive undertone, this palette is also calling your name. That coral, the terracotta, the warmth is exactly what you need to cut through the green base and makes the color actually show up on your face. Now, this next blush actually breaks all the rules, and that's why I want to talk about it. This one is an ultimate love of mine. We're gonna talk about this blush right here, and that is the Armani Luminous Silk Blush in 52 Ecstasy. And it's a cool pink, which on paper with my undertone is not supposed to work, but watch what happens when I apply it. Okay, it's peachy nude here. We're gonna go ahead and apply this cool tone pink. I'm gonna swirl her out. This is gorgeous on my skin tone, but there's a reason. So one of the reasons why the Armani Luminous Silk blush in the shade 52 Ecstasy worked really well on my warm undertones is that my skin has enough depth that can hold the cool tone without it looking washed out, and it doesn't look ashy at all. There's something about medium and deeper skin tones that can get away with some things that lighter skin tones can't get away with, and this is one of them. Of course, it's the formula. So when people say formula doesn't mean anything, that's a lie. Formula means everything. This formula is so silky and so sheer that it softens when it blends. It's not sitting on top of my skin. And the most important part of it is my undertone itself is what's making this cool pink warm on my skin. And so the rule isn't to never wear cool tone blushes when you have a warm undertone. The rule is to understand the reason why it works and why it doesn't, so you can make intentional decisions. That's the whole point. This formula right here from Armani is one of the best formulas if you want to dip into the cool tones as a warm undertone girly. I highly recommend that you pick up this shade. It just works extremely well on warm undertones. So for my third example, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the YSL Make Me Blush blush in the shade 12 Honeymoon. And this shade is described as a caramel shimmer, which is my golden copper shimmer moment. Just watch what it does to my skin. So we're gonna go ahead and put her on this cheek. A warm caramel shimmer blush on warm undertone skin is everything. The shimmer interacts with my undertone and it looks like a shimmer from within, like a natural glow. It doesn't look frosty. It doesn't look like Tinkerbell slapped you in the face with her Tinkerbell dust. It looks like my skin, like I literally woke up like this. And another thing about this shade when it comes to Honeymoon, it really comes off a little rosy, a little copper rosy thing going on right now, but it complements my skin beautifully. For my olive tone girlies, this one is also for you guys because the gold and the copper shimmer is genuinely one of the most flattering things you can ever put on top of an olive undertone because it warms up that green base and it gives you that lit from within effect without even trying, without looking ashy. This is a blush that I always come back to when I want people to think that I have a really good skincare routine because it's literally giving that I'm just glowing. from within. Like, I have really good skincare routine going on, which I do, but it just emphasizes that more. And this brings us to my fourth and final sample, and we gotta give a moment of silence for a real one right now, and that is the Fenty Beauty Fenty Cheeks Suede Powder Blush, and this is the shade Summertime Wine. This was a little personal for me, okay? I don't know what's up with Fenty and what they doing, because they got rid of some really good products that have really good formulation going on, but they tend to discontinue them or take them off or stop making them. But unfortunately, this is a discontinued blush in a discontinued shade. It's such a tragedy because this blush formula was incredibly buildable. It was blendable. It had great pigmentation. It's one of the best blush. It was one of the best blush formulas out there, and Fenty just pulled them, and yeah, they're no longer available. Now it's time for the berry and the wine shades to shine. You can go either or when you have a warm undertone. What makes Summertime Wine work on warm undertone is that it's warm enough that it doesn't read as purely cool on the skin. It's not a blueberry. It has a wine warmth to it, which keeps it from looking dull or streaky on the cheeks. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna swirl her. Fenty got issues, I swear you. Look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. That's so pretty. Look at that. That's beautiful. For warm undertone, when you're shopping for a berry blush, look for one of the describers, which is wine, warm rose, a mauve rose with a warmth, a berry with a brown, or a terracotta base. Those are the sweet spots for us when it comes to the berry and wine colors. For olive tones, girlies, deep berries with warmth are also beautiful for you guys as well. Just make sure it has enough pigment to actually show up. And for cool undertones, you get all the berries. You get all the berries, you get all the blueberries, the violet berries, the cool mauves, it's all yours. Rest in peace to one of the best formulas, Fenty, if you're listening. I hope you guys got something coming down the pipeline that's gonna replace this. If not, then why did you guys take this off? I didn't really care for the liquid blushes, but whatever. Now, before I wrap it up, I wanna give red blushes their flowers because they're so underrated as a blush shade, and people kind of sleep on them or they kind of like steer clear of them. But honestly, red blushes are so gorgeous on warm undertone, especially if you're medium to deeper skin tone. I have two red blushes in my collection. One of them is the NARS Exhibit A, and this is described as a matte warm red. The reason why this works with warm undertone is because it has a earthy orange red base. It's not a blue red, it's a earthy red, which makes it warm. And the new one to my collection is the Gucci Glow Dewy Powder Blush in shade 6, Ruby Red. This is a deeper, richer ruby red blush with a beautiful dewy finish. This formula on is so stunning. I had it on there in my last video. Reds are so bold and they can be a little intimidating when you see them or when you swatch them in person, but they're very wearable, more wearable than people might believe or think they are. The key is to apply them with a very light hand and to build them up. And for warm and olive undertones, especially reach for reds that have a orange or earthy base that's going to make the look more intentional and not like Bozo the Clown. Because let's keep it real, that's the reason why majority of people kind of be ignoring the red blushes. They don't want to look like Bozo. So when you're looking for a blush, whether you're shopping at a store or going through your collection, I want you to ask yourself these 4 questions. Question 1, what is the undertone of this shade? Is it warm, cool, or neutral? Or does it have an earthy quality that works for olive undertones? Question 2, does it complement or clash with my undertone? Question 3, is the depth right for my skin tone? Because sheer blushes on fair skin is going to disappear on medium or deeper skin tones, regardless of the undertone. And question 4, how does it actually look on my face? Because at the end of the day, that's the only question that really actually matters. And that's a wrap on today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It genuinely means so much to me. If you learned anything or if you just loved hanging out with me today, please give my video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then baby, what you waiting on? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I always have a new video coming out every week, and I got a lot of things coming down the pipeline, and I know you do not want to miss. Please comment below your thoughts, and also let me know your undertones and some of your holy grail blushes that you have in your collection. I would love to know. Until then, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.